have not been funded. They pay you to not talk about things they don't want you to talk about. They tell you that themselves.
Katt Williams was recently a part of one of the most controversial interviews of the year when he was featured in an episode of the podcast series Club Shay Shay with its host Shannon Sharp. And brace yourselves because there is a lot to unpack in this interview, as Katt Williams did not hold back not one bit and was quick to expose everyone who has ever spoken down on him. Not only does he expose fellow comedians for lying on his name, but even goes as far as to call out big-name celebrities such as Kevin Hart and Ludacris for being a part of the Illuminati.
You know what the number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen.
Chris Tucker even caught a stray during the interview when Katt Williams said that he was no longer the same Chris Tucker we all knew, but rather the Epstein version of himself.
The Chris Tucker that we got now is Epstein Island Chris Tucker. Oh, not Smokey.
Oh, Lord.
But these aren't the only things he said, so keep watching as we'll be breaking this all down for you.
Well, why would he lie? I don't know why liars lie, but I can tell you this.
One of the first comedians that Katt Williams wanted to address during the beginning of the interview was that of Ricky Smiley. Katt Williams had some strong words for Smiley as he exposed him as a liar, and even said that he couldn't act.
Ricky Smiley can't act because Ricky Smiley can't act.
He was throwing shade at him because he had an issue with the fact that Smiley claimed he was originally cast for the role in the Friday After Next movie. Katt Williams shut down Smiley's claims of him originally being Money Mike and dismissed them as being nothing more than a flat-out lie.
You stole Friday After Next, the one I was in.
In the film, Katt Williams played Money Mike, who had an encounter with recently released criminal Damon, who was played by Terry Crews. Katt Williams states his beef with Smiley, who was the rotting Santa Claus in the film, came after he stood up for his character not being for comedy.
The truth of the matter is, the Money Mike in the original script got in the bathroom, and that's what Ricky Smiley was okay with.
Williams said that he asked to remove that scene, and it would be twice as funny as Money Mike getting...
The problem with Friday After Next is, we're trying to make a classic comedy, and this comedy involves and is never funny, no matter who it happens to or what the circumstances are. If you would allow me to allow us to do this movie without a black man getting in it, I promise you that it will be twice as funny as it would be with him getting raped.
In an episode of his own show, Smiley responded to Katt Williams the following day. He doubled down on his claims about the role. He also provided the clarification that the pimp element of the character wasn't added in until Williams was given the role. At the end of his response, he made it clear that he had no hard feelings towards Katt Williams. "We want to wish Katt Williams the best. It ain't nothing but love over here," Smiley said.
We want to wish Katt Williams the best. Or whatever, it ain't nothing but love over here just because we don't agree.
He was so egregious, I put in my contract that I won't work with Ricky Smiley again unless he's in a dress. Now, what was Ricky Smiley's next movie? Was it First Sunday? Did he wear a dress in it? You bet he did. It's in my contract.
While Katt Williams was on the topic of exposing liars such as Ricky Smiley, he went ahead and labeled Cedric the Entertainer for being a liar as well.
Nobody knows why liars lie, and that's why I had to come on the program. Cedric did the same thing.
He told Shannon that when he hosted Cedric on his podcast and asked him whether or not he had stolen his joke years back, he lied to him by saying it didn't line up. Katt Williams has claimed that Cedric copied a bit that he used during a 1998 appearance on BET's stand-up comedy series, Comic View. Katt Williams accused the barbershop actor of performing the alleged stolen joke in the 2000 film, The Original Kings of Comedy.
Yeah.
He said it don't line up. How it don't line up that I did it on TV in 2018? You came to see me at the Comedy Store do it in 2019 and then did it on the Kings of Comedy. Like, what doesn't line up?
Katt Williams accuses Cedric of performing his joke verbatim on Kings of Comedy, and that he only changed the word car with spaceship. Katt Williams claimed that Cedric and his longtime friend, comedian and TV host Steve Harvey, had already apologized for the alleged stolen joke. He said that he had given him a pass for over a decade, but it was only until he denied stealing the joke in 2022 when he decided to speak out about it. Cedric, for his part, told Sharp in 2022 that Williams' accusation was ridiculous and some internet. He then claimed that the timeline of when both comedians told their jokes didn't square with Williams' claims.
Katt say you stole one of his jokes.
Yeah, like, I mean, it was ridiculous. You know what I mean? It was like the idea of the joke that he was even talking about don't even match up with no timeline. So for me, it was one of those things like...
Did you have a conversation? Did you guys sell it? Did you have a conversation with Katt?
Well, I responded to him the way he responded to me, but that's what I said as well. I've seen Katt, you know, even before then.
Right.
I've seen this guy 30 times. Like, dog, if you literally was that upset about it, like, dog,
why him and say, hey,
why you say nothing? Like, that don't even make sense. This is some internet shit, and that's all I can say. So
after this interview aired, fans went on Twitter and posted clips of both of the comedians' performances to compare and contrast the similarities between the two jokes. At the time, Katt Williams' stage name was Cat in the Hat, and later explained that he had to change his name after he received a cease and desist letter from Disney.
You had your car radio up so loud that you couldn't hear the damn thing when it cut off. It looked like this. You flossing in a 6-shift convertible.
Before we were driving space shuttle, we grew up driving long cars. We were driving space shuttle like it's a 72 deuce and a quarter. We get us a cigarette, we be in a space shuttle like it's a 72 deuce. We get us
I'm just saying I can't let these dudes lie. Cedric's sitting here telling you why he ain't a movie star. He over here look like a walrus. You didn't say nothing. He can't even get his arms off his stomach sitting over here. Why I'm not a movie star.
Soon after calling out Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer as liars, Katt Williams went on to address Kevin Hart for being an industry plant. He explained how Kevin's backstory made no sense, as he was never selling out shows and comedy clubs prior to getting a lead role in the movie Soul Plane. Now, Katt's beef with Kevin goes back many years, and Ken had already previously hinted that Kevin had sold his soul by stepping over his principles to get to that next level of fame. And while Kevin Hart responded to Katt Williams by going on The Breakfast Club accusing him for blaming Hollywood for his personal issues, Katt Williams doubled down by explaining why Kevin Hart would do literally anything for success. While Katt Williams had responded to Kevin Hart's accusations of substance abuse and screwing over studios in the past, he made sure to make his stance more clear when he dismissed Kevin's allegations on Shannon's podcast, claiming he never once had an issue with illegal substances and much less any film studios.
Katt's on drugs. Where are the stories? Why is there no story of anybody who ever sold a drug to me, did a drug with me, was around me when I was inebriated? I got 5 daughters. I got 5 sons. Why would we tell these ridiculous stories? Because it's competition. The industry doesn't mess with Katt because he didn't show up for the studio. No studios have ever said that. Look at my IMDb. It will show you that no studio has ever lost money with me on the script.
He even went on to say that he and Kevin Hart have not been in the same place at the same time in over 25 years.
Kevin Hart done went 25 years without ever being in the same building with me at the same time. If I go in the building, he walk out. You've never seen us in the same building ever in 25 years.
Katt Williams goes on to be pretty adamant about Kevin selling his soul to the people who control the entertainment industry. And to give you some context, he's referring to the long-standing rumor that black male entertainers in Hollywood are pressured into wearing a dress in a movie film before they're allowed to progress into the next level of fame. This rumor, however, is beginning to seem more of a reality rather than a simple conspiracy theory, as multiple comedians and actors have gone out to talk about their extremely similar experiences with the dress. Dave Chappelle is one of the main comedians that has warned the public of the dangers behind agreeing to put on a dress for a movie, and this is not something that recently started occurring, because even back in 2006 when he made an appearance on the Oprah show, Dave talked about why he turned down a $50 million deal from Comedy Central.
Like when I connect dots that maybe shouldn't be connected, I don't know. But certain dots, like when I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, why all these brothers gotta wear a dress? This happened to me. I'm doing a movie with Martin. Yeah. The movie's going good. So I walk in the trailer, I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress in here.
Dave goes on to explain that the reason as to why he turned down the deal was because he knew that the kind of money he was being offered would come with certain conditions that Dave explained he was not comfortable with. Kevin Hart appeared in an interview where he was asked about the dress situation, and although he didn't explicitly state that he would never put on a dress, he did make it clear that he wouldn't step over his own personal boundaries.
Dave Chappelle, another great comedian, said that, you know, in the industry, they tried to make him wear a dress. Have you ever ran into that with scripts, and is that something that, you know, you wouldn't do, you know, for?
I definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. I mean, you know, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross. You know, for me, I know what they are. They've yet to be challenged, so, you know, I don't have to speak on them. I was asked to dribble a basketball on a talk show this morning. I said no to that.
But just a year later, Kevin Hart appeared in an SNL skit where he was wearing a dress. For obvious reasons, you can see how fans would begin to accuse him of being a sellout. You can also begin to see that maybe everything Dave Chappelle and Katt Williams talked about isn't just a conspiracy theory, but rather the truth about the reality behind becoming a superstar in Hollywood. Katt Williams' interview with Shannon seems to unravel the hidden secret truth behind the Illuminati and the superstars it's manipulating. And while we only covered a small portion of everything he revealed in the interview, we want to know your thoughts on everything that's been said so far.
I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it. They all know it. Why? Because you don't make me the villain.